Well, good afternoon, everyone, to the concluding game of the 2023 Varsity Crusader Invitational. And it is, in fact, the championship match between the Pleasant View Christian Bulldogs and the Suburban Christian Crusaders. The winner will be awarded a first place plaque, and the runner-up to the losing team. That will follow immediately after the game, so be sure to stick around to watch that award ceremony. Just as one quick reminder, our concession stand is going to close at 2:30. Let's go ahead and get started with a word of prayer, and we'll get our starting lineups underway. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, and thank you for the opportunity we have to enjoy sports and the sport of basketball. Lord, I pray that you would help every single one of us, Lord, to glorify you today in this last game that we have, and be encouraging to one another and loving towards you. And I pray to be our officials. Thank you for them taking time out of their weekend to be here. Help give them wisdom and discernment in making the calls. And Father, I pray everything would run smoothly and give everyone a safe trip home today when we leave here. And we ask all of these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen. All right, the starting lineup first for the Pleasant View Christian Bulldogs. Number 2, Landon Wagler. Number 4, Shane Stahl. Number 13, Evan Knepp. Number 22, Trenton Graber. And number 25, Tyson Graber. And the starting lineups for the Suburban Christian Crusaders. Number 3, Tim Pointer. At the 2 spot, number 33, Chad Glover. At the 3 spot, number 12, Wade Zimmerman. At the other forward, number 13, Noah Wilhelm. And at center, number 34, Jakin Glassman.
Well, hello and good afternoon on this Saturday, December 2nd, 2023, as we have reached the finale of this Varsity Crusader Classic Tournament, as this is the championship between Suburban and Pleasant View. Both of them to try and fight for the spot and see who wants to win this thing. And here we go. And the tip is won by Pleasant View, and we are off and running. And 2 throws it over there. There's 22. Double teamed and in there, 2. 13 out 25 and on the ground. Guarded by Tim. And 4 in the paint. Throws it out there, and there you go, 22. For the Bulldogs, and Chad, 22, Trenton Graber, who scored, and that's one taken by Jakin. Here's Jakin, a 2-point shot, got it. And we are tied at 2 apiece. And 2 throws it out in the corner, that's a 3, it's good. It is 5-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. And Wade gets it into Tim. And a turnover on Suburban. And we are a minute and 4 seconds into this championship game. But there was a little bit more of a crowd that came in. A little bit more for the crazy section. And, of course, a few more in the right side of me. But nice to have Pleasant View, some fans over on the left side. But if you're joining us, we're glad you are. And that shot is no good by Pleasant View. And here comes Chad on the run. And Chad finds Noah. And that one's taken away by 4 of the Bulldogs. And 4 in the paint, puts it up and scores. Shane stole a 2-point basket as it is 7-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. And here's Tim Pointer with the ball. And Noah with it. Noah looking to do something inside, and that one is tapped out of bounds to Suburban. 5:06 to play here in the first quarter. And Wade to get the ball in, and he throws it over there to Chad, and Chad gets it back. Here's Tim outside. Tim finds Chad up top with it, and Chad swings it over to Tim. Tim up top inside, throws it over, and Pleasant View comes away with the ball, and here they come. 2 on the run, puts it up and scores. Landon Wagler gives Pleasant View a 7-point lead, and Chad throws it ahead. There's Wade, and that's a foul on Pleasant View. Watch out. .438 to play in the first quarter. Pleasant View is up 9-2. And Wade to get the ball in. Finds Chad. And there's Noah up top with it. Noah gives it to Tim. Tim. And there, Noah. Ada Montgomery scores. And it is 9-4. Five-point lead by the Bulldogs. Here's 2. And swings it over. There's 4. 13 with it. Swings it in the corner, a wide open 25, but he drives, he puts it up and scores. That Tyson Graber, and here's Chad, and swings it over there, Wade, and taken away by Pleasant View, and here they come. And puts it up again, this time no, got it back, puts it up and good, as it is 11-4, Tyson Graber. Excuse me, make it 13-4. I was behind a couple points, forgive me. 3.5 to play, first quarter, a foul or something on the Bulldogs. Wade finds Aiden and turns it around, no, and here come the Bulldogs. At 4, swings it out, and that's a 2-point shot, got deflected. Here comes Noah. Ball is loose and on the ground, and it will be Bulldogs ball. 3:11 timeout was called by the Pleasant View Bulldogs, so it is 13-4 Pleasant View, so they are off to a good start. Suburban, not as much, so we will be back after this short timeout. All right, out of the timeout. Pleasant View with the ball and up by 9. And 4 puts it in. Here's 13. And taken away by Suburban. Here's Tim with the ball and taken away by Pleasant View, and he loses out of bounds. So teams swap possessions here, and Suburban ultimately winds up with it. So Suburban has the ball. They're down by 9 with 2:55 to play here in the first quarter. And Wade Zimmerman to get the ball into Chad. And Chad back to Wade. And Wade swings it in the corner, Chad. Chad finds Tim. Tim drives. Tim puts it up, and that one's off, but Aiden was there, but he missed it and got it back. And it will be Suburban ball out of bounds with 2:39 to play in the first quarter. Suburban down by 9 with the ball. And Wade gets it in. Chad a 3. It is good. And it is 13-7, making a 6-point game. And here comes Pleasant View. 13, and the ball is on the ground and taken by Suburban. And here comes Tim Pointer. Suburban down by 6. Here's Chad. He scored last, hitting the 3. Here's Wade inside. Ada Montgomery just missed it and tapped out. And here comes Pleasant View on the run, up by 6. And here's 13 on the drive, put it up. No, got it back, and it will be out of bounds to Pleasant View. You bet it is. All right, 2:06 to play. Inbound. Looks and finds 2. A wide open for a 3, and that one's just off. And that one gets out of bounds, and it will go to Suburban. 1:59 to play in the first quarter. And here's Noah inside. That one tapped and Rook. And how about that? That was perfect. Put it off of Suburban, and in the end, how about that? That's how you do it. That's perfect. 13-7 your score. And here's 2. Over there in the corner, 13, throws it over there, 25. On the drive, puts it in and missed it. And rebound, offensive, pounded, and a foul. As it is 15-7, plus 1 coming. For 22, Trenton Graber. 1:34 to play in the opening quarter. Let's see if he can complete the 3-point play. And it is good. A 9-point Bulldog lead. And here comes Suburban. Chad finds Wade up top to Noah. Back outside to Tim. And Tim gets around, finds Wade. A corner 3. It is just in and out. And rebound 4 of Pleasant View. And here are the Bulldogs. 4 at the 3. It is good. And it is 19-7 in favor of the Bulldogs. And here comes Tim. And good defense, trying to get the steal, but Tim able to get it back. And, you better not get too greedy. And then, my goodness. Once again, here as we get ready to end the quarter, you have teams switching turnover after turnover. And so Suburban will ultimately get the inbound pass, and let's see if they can bring it into the front court without turning the ball over. And that one, it was last touched by Suburban, and it will be Pleasant View ball. 49.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. Oh, I'm sorry. At first it's Pleasant View, then they changed it to Suburban. So it is Suburban ball, and they trail by 12. Here's Aiden, fights it over to Wade. And here's Tim. Tim getting away, finds Chad. Chad out, and Tim, a 2-point little floater, no. And 2 grabs the rebound for the Bulldogs, and they come running and finds 13 out there. Guarded by Tim, up top 2. And there's 2. 25, and inside, and passes it out. There's 25 up to 2. 2 finds 13. And let's see if it looks like they're going to try and hold for the final shot, coming up on 10 seconds to play in the first. And 25 splits it over there, 13. And here's 2 out there, corner 3, short. You get that, that's rebound controlled, and that will be that's what I thought. There were 2 free throws that. So 2 free throws by 22 of Pleasant View. And the first one is good. 20-7. Trenton Graber. And that makes it 21-7. And that will officially end the first quarter. So 21-7 your score at the end of one. Suburban down by 14, so they have some work to do as we get into the second quarter. And we'll be right back for that, all right? Stay with us. All right, second quarter is upon us. It is 21-7 in favor of the Bulldogs. And so let's see if Suburban can cut into that lead. Down by 14. As Andrew will get the ball in. And here's Chad. Getting around. Here's Tim. Tim finds Andrew outside. Finds Chad. Chad. Turnaround shot. No. Right there, Montgomery. And out of bounds, technically. Or not. I'm sorry. It actually stays with Suburban. And here's Montgomery. And Ada Montgomery finds Chad. And they turn the ball over. Not what you want to do. And here comes Pleasant View. Brings it over 25. And up top is 4. And outside. Guarded by Chad and Tim. Bound by Tim. And that one's tapped. And it will be controlled. And on the corner. Thought about it. Gets away. That's a foul on Tim. Inbound pass. Looking, finds 13, double teamed, and threw it away. There's Tim. There's the head to Chad, and he will miss the layup. And out of bounds to Pleasant View. He definitely had a good look at it, but just missed it. And here's Bulldogs with the ball. Now guarded by Tim. Almost lost it. Got to be careful on the line there. Good trap, but and anyway, timeout has been called. I think there was a foul. So timeouts. There's not been a basket in this quarter yet, as we are a minute and 2 seconds into it. But I just want to say thank you to those of you who might be watching or watch us a later time. This is your guy, Matthew Fox, coming to you live inside the Crusader box, as this is the championship game between Suburban and Pleasant View. And I also want to thank those of you who might have watched every single game today. I appreciate that. But I figured sometimes I do go and look and see how many people might be watching this and that. But I figured there might be some more people since it's being a championship game and Suburban is playing. I kind of figured that. Those of you might not be able to be here or maybe didn't want to show up, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. As here's 25, and that one off of Pleasant View and to Suburban. 5:42, second quarter. Suburban down by 14 and need to do some work here. Here's Tim trying to get around. Guarded closely, finds Chad. Chad gets away, finds Andrew. Andrew over there, Tim. Tim puts it up there. Chad, an open three. It is no good. And that will be out of bounds to the Bulldogs. And I'm just joking about being here and all that stuff. And here's 4, getting around, getting inside, throws it out, and that's a 3. It is just off. And Luke Carter grabs the board and finds Tim ahead. Tim running, Tim in the paint, and got rejected out of bounds, but will stay with Suburban. With 4:55 to play here in the second quarter. Andrew finds Tim. Tim inside, that's dangerous, and almost threw it away. Aiden was able to get that. And here's Chad. Here's Tim. Careful on the end line. Well, center court. As Andrew here hits a 3 plus the foul. How about that? Have a chance for a 4-point play. .438 second quarter. Okay. Okay, so there was a foul. He made it. All right, here's Tim Pointer. So it's almost like another possession, another free possession, which is exactly what Suburban needs. Here's Chad, and that one's turned over. And if you're going to turn the ball over, well, you might as well give him it. It might as well Pleasant View might have had it in the beginning. And here's a turnaround up top with it, 15. And he fell down, and that will be a foul on Suburban. All right, Pleasant View with the ball. They're up by 11. And inside, drive, no, out of bounds to the Crusaders. 4 minutes exactly to play here in the first half. And now here's Tim. Finds Chad. That's a 3. No. And rebound. And a foul on the Crusaders. All right, Pleasant View with the ball up by 11. And in the corner. And good catch by 25 up there. And here's 4 in the paint. Travel. And the ball will go to Suburban. 3:29 here in the second quarter. Suburban down by 11. In fact, there's only been 3 points scored in this quarter. And here's Chad. Chad up top. Chad a 3. It is in and out. And here comes Pleasant View. Seeing if they can increase their lead. And in the left corner. And finds. That one's tipped. And able to get it back as 14. And finds 25. There's 4. And 15. Finds 4. 4. Paint. dish, no. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And on the other side, and there's a foul on Pleasant View. They wanted a foul, they didn't get one. On the other side, you see Suburban, they're getting a call, which is on Pleasant View, and you know that's just how it goes, unfortunately, sometimes. So I guess there's and looks like Tim will shoot a technical and he will miss. He will miss. So one more coming. So these are critical free throws at this point because it can help you get back, and he missed the second one. But all right, Suburban gets it out of bounds. Still down by 11. There's only been 3 points scored, and Chad behind the three-point arc. And a foul on Suburban and a turnover, basically. Suburban down by 11, and there's 22. Outside 13. Thought about it. Inside 4. Beautiful feed, but cannot make the shot. And Noah wants that ball. And there's a tie-up, and it will be Pleasant View ball. 2:24 to play before halftime. Not a lot of points scored in this quarter, but it's been very active. It's been a lot of defense, if you will. And inside 14, double teamed. And there's outside 13-4 in the paint and puts it inside. Beautiful dish and beautiful make as it is 23-10. The first points actually for Pleasant View this quarter. Like I said, not a whole lot of scoring. As let me remind you, that is 22 Trenton Graber. Here's Tim. 2 minutes to play before halftime. Here's Chad. And that one, he gets to the left corner. And Wade behind Chad. Throws it over there. Tim away. Too little floater. No. And gets it back. Finds Wade. Left wing. Up top. Chad finds Noah. Noah inside. Chad puts it up and scores. And it is 23-12 in favor of Pleasant View. It's an 11-point game again. Under a minute and a half to play before halftime. And 13 has it for the Bulldogs. Tightly guarded by Tim. Trying to get away. Now double teams. Finds 4 in the corner, 25. And throws it up top. And now in the right corner. And tipped and stolen. And here comes Chad. Chad in the paint. And he will be fouled. And 2 free throws coming for Chad Glover with 1 minute and 5 seconds before halftime. First one no good. Oh, man. Second one is short. And offensive rebound, though. All right, here comes Pleasant View. Under a minute to play before halftime. Here's 2 and 4. That's a 3. It is in there, and it is 26-12 in favor of the Bulldogs. Here's Tim. Tim up top. Tim behind. Wade in the corner. Finds Tim. Swings it, puts it over there. Chad. Chad back to Tim. In the corner, Wade. Wade off of the feet of Mr. Landon Wagler. And there's 27.2 seconds left before halftime. Let's see if Suburban plays for the final shot, or they try to get maybe more than one possession. We'll see. As here's Tim. Finds Chad. Chad behind the line. Finds Wade. Wade finds Tim. And Tim over there. Wade up top. Chad. Chad, a two-point jumper is good. And that is 26-14. And that one is swatted away. And the first half comes to a close. And it is 26-14 in favor of the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs, you've seen Suburban in past games, obviously blow out, especially here. They usually have a comfortable lead by this time, but this time it is not the case, as they trail by 12 here as it is now halftime. So we'll see what happens. Can Suburban make a run and try and fight back, or will Pleasant View play good defense and come away with it? We'll find out. But you got to limit the turnovers, both and all that. Different things, but we'll get you ready for the second half coming here. But first, we will go over the lineups and stuff for both teams. As I will swing that over there for you. All right, so for the Pleasant View Bulldogs, we have number 2, Landon Wagler. He's a starter. Number 4, Shane Stoll. He's a starter. Number 13, Evan Knepp. He is a starter. Number 14, Benjamin Raber. Number 15, Cohen Whitmer. Number 20, Carson Whitmer. Number 22, Trenton Raber. He's a starter. Number 23, Joel King. Number 25, Tyson Raber. He's a starter. Trent Raber started too, just in case if I didn't say it. And number 45, Leland Pickett. That is the roster information for the Pleasant View Bulldogs. And then switch over to Suburban here. We have number 0, Blake Folger. Number 3, Tim Pointer. He's a starter. Number 5, Eli Britt. Number 12, Wade Zimmerman, a starter. Number 13, Noah Wilhelm, a starter. Number 15, Juan Rivas Vargas. Number 23, Andrew Reynolds. Number 24, Ada Montgomery. Number 33, Chad Glover, a starter. Number 34, Jacob Glassman, a starter. And number 44, Luke Carter. And of course, the head coach for the Suburban Crusaders is Mr. Tim Baird. Assisting him is Mr. Ryan Chatterton and Mr. Aaron Payton. And of course, Mr. J.D. Ray does all the statistician stuff, stats and all that stuff, as you can see on Max Prep and all that kind of stuff. So with all that being said, to get you ready for the second half, which will be going in 7.5 minutes or thereabouts. So stay with us and we'll see what happens, as we'll see if Suburban can fight back, or Pleasant View is going to take this one to the finish line. We'll find out right after this. Don't go away. This is a championship game between Pleasant View and Suburban. right, welcome back. We have the second half for you here of the championship game between Pleasant View and your Suburban Crusaders, as it is a 12-point lead by the Bulldogs. And we'll see if Suburban can march their way closer, or will Pleasant View play good defense and keep Suburban away? We're going to find out right now. Second half, here we go. As here's Chad, pass it over there. Here's Tim. Tim with the ball and gives it to Wade. Wade in the paint. Chad puts it up, no, and it is controlled by Pleasant View. And Pleasant View inside, 25 in the corner. That's a 2, that's a 3. It's a no good. Okay. What am I? Okay, here is Tim. Tim gives it to Wade. And Wade tip. Tim has it. And here's Chad. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tim gives it to Chad. I just knew it was going to happen. Here's Chad. Passes it outside. Here's Tim. Tim trying to make a move. Throws it up there. No. And right there, Luke, though, and he got it. 26-16, as it is a 10-point Bulldog lead. And here's 13. Here's 25. Passes in the corner. There's 4 and 2. And here's 13. And in the corner, that's a 3. You bet. As it is 29-16. And here's Tim. Here's Chad, finds Luke in the paint and fakes and then ends up throwing it away, as it is the Bulldog ball. And as they lead by 13. Here's 13, pass it over there, 4. 4 finds 2. I was going to say he might do it again, and 2 he does. It's this time a 2-point shot as he makes it a 15-point game. Suburban down by 15. Here's Tim. Tim finds Wade outside. And Wade just threw the ball away. Bad communication. I'm not quite sure what that was, but it wasn't definitely what they intended. I know that. Pleasant View by 15. And here's 13. Oh, good little feed. Pass it outside. Up top, 2, a 3. No. And Wade grabs the rebound and gives it to Chad. And Chad with the ball. Suburban down by 15. Under 4.5 to play here in the third. Here's Tim. The crowd wants the basket. Let's see if they can. Suburban can deliver. Chad, jumper, no. Right there, Luke. Yes, off the board, as it is 31-18 to make it a 13-point game. And here's 4 for the Bulldogs. Coming up on 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's 13, swings it over there, 2. And 2. Finds a 3, no. And out of bounds. Suburban's lucky. I mean, Pleasant View is getting some good looks, but I mean they've been able to get hit some good shots, but lucky that one didn't go in. And here's Luke and dumps it in. Noah cannot catch it and goes out of bounds. It will stay with Suburban. Blake to make the inbound pass. And he finds Tim. Suburban down by 13. Tim with the ball finds Chad. Chad dumps it into Noah. The 2-point shot is short, and rebound grabbed by 22, but taken away. It's loose, but Pleasant View able to get back on it. And as they run up by 13, 4 in the paint, puts it up and scores. 33-18. That was Shane Stoll for the Bulldogs. Under 3:15 to play here in the third quarter. Suburban down by 15. Blake finds Tim. Tim, careful on the sideline, finds Chad. Back to Tim. Tim in the corner. Blake, that's a three. It is short. And rebound offensive. Actually, Chad lost it. And here comes the Bulldogs on the run. Up by 15. Yeah. And taken away by Suburban off the turnover. Here comes Tim in the paint, and he will put it up, no good. And here come the Bulldogs once again, coming up on 2.5 to play here in the third quarter. And in the corner, two finds 25 and throws it across. And there's 4, finds 2. You got a wide open in the corner, and that's a foul, a reach-in foul on Suburban. It's like, because Pleasant View, they had a wide open man here in the left corner, and I think initially, I think he wanted to go to him, but and there you go. Mr. Brady Connor got a little attention. Cleaned up a wet spot. 2:19 to play, third quarter. Suburban down by 15. Pleasant View with the ball. And throws it, and there's good catch by 2. Double team Blake and Tim. Able to get away from them. Pass it in the corner. 25 a 3. No. But an offensive rebound, though. There's 2. And in the corner, that's a 3. Almost. And Luke will grab that rebound. It's a jump, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. Yes, it will. 2:05 to play here in the third quarter. And 25 will get it in. Here's 4. Double team by Chad and Luke. Able to get away along the baseline. There's 22. Puts it up and almost got it. I didn't know. It was sure. It sure looked like it was going to go in. Suburban lucky, though. They're down by 15. I mean, they're not out of it yet, but they need to string some offense together. Here's Luke outside Chad. Chad gets it to Tim. Need to string some offense and some stops, which they've been able to get some stops, it seems like, as Chad fires, no good, and they call a foul on the Crusaders. But I mean, Suburban's able to get a few some stops here, but they're down by 15. And unfortunately, and there's a minute 33 to play left. There's a minute 33 and counting to go, and we got one more quarter. So, and here is 4, finds 25 in the paint, trying to get through everybody. Missed it though, got it back though, and that will be a held ball, and it will be a Suburban ball this time. A minute 19. And Jacob Glassman will come in for Luke Carter. So a minute 19 to play here in this third quarter. Okay, so here's Suburban with the ball. Blake finds Chad, dangerous, and Chad in the corner, and the outside Tim. Tim to Blake. Blake in the paint, just across the free throw line. Pass it out. Jakin up top. Tim finds Noah. Noah gets inside, throws it up there, and got it off the glass. Beautiful shot. 33-20. Under 50 seconds now. Pleasant View is a good team. They really are. And gets inside in the corner, 25, and trying to work the baseline. Finds in the left corner a 3. Got it. A big 3 to make it a 16-point game. 36-20 in favor of the Bulldogs. As here is Suburban with the ball, and inside. And Noah grabs it. It's going to be short this time. And here comes Pleasant View. 20 seconds left to see if they play for the final shot of this third quarter. Ten seconds down, counting. 25. You hear the crowd. Defense. Can they get a stop? That one's tapped out of bounds. That's not a bad decision. Just let it go out of bounds. Have them reset with 3.4 seconds left. Or actually, well, I mean, we'll take it, but honestly, I think I don't know how that is. Well, miscommunication on the clock kind of ruined things a little bit, but anyway, Suburban got to, at least got to possess the ball. Anyway, it is the end of the third quarter. It seems like this game has been moving along pretty fast here. But 36-20 is your score. One more quarter left, unless Suburban can come. Well, unless we go to overtime, but Suburban is down by 16. We'll be right back after this short break for the finale of this championship. All right, fourth quarter, here we go. Suburban down by 16. All right, here's 13. Gives it to 2. Gets away. Inside. Throws it out corner. 25. Double teamed. Inside. And back out. And taken away by Chad off the steal. And gives it to Noah and then to Tim. And he'll bring it into the front court. And Tim Pointer will put it in there. Blake. And he lost it, but a reach-in foul, yes, on the Bulldogs. .36 seconds into this quarter. Noah, 3. No. Right there, Jakin cannot get it. He gets it back. And a jump ball and the possession will favor Suburban. So Suburban has the ball down by 16. Blake finds Tim. And here's Chad up top. Chad, a 2-point basket. Yes. 36-22. Pleasant View able to bring it to the front court. Good defense by Suburban. Here's Chad. And 13 finds outside. Up top 2. You have 14 right there, but outside is 13. And Tim falls down. And oh, wow. As they will look over the guy for Pleasant View. A foul on Suburban. 5:54 in the fourth quarter. as they continue to look over the player for Pleasant View. And I will step aside for right now. just in case, for those of you who have been watching, as you can see, there's applause. There was a collision, and to the heads of for Pleasant View and Suburban. And just unfortunate to see what has happened here. I know Blake was involved for Suburban. But he's not doing as bad as a Pleasant View player was. But certainly an interesting sequence here is now as number 13 got the worst of it, Evan Knepp. And so certainly you never want to see those kinds of things, especially in this kind of setting. But as you can see over there, as there is 5 minutes and 54 seconds left in this game. As you can see, it is a 14-point Bulldog lead. As we get everything cleaned up and ready to resume. But we definitely pray that what happened will be nothing severe later on. As we are ready to resume play here after all of that, and it's in, and here's 2, and here's 22 of Pleasant View. That's a 2-point shot. It is no good, and rebound grabbed by Chad. So still plenty of time here. Suburban just needs to get some stops and put some scoring together. As here is Wade, and here is Tim outside, and here's Chad. And that one is intercepted and taken by 22. And here he is inside, and he will slay it in easily. And it is 38-22 in favor of the Bulldogs. As they have been in control, really, for most of this game. Suburban's just having to play catch-up since the start. As here's Chad, swings it over there, Tim. And now Suburban really has to play catch-up right now as Chad, an open 3 is good. I guess that wasn't good. It just grazed the bottom of the net, so that's my apology. As there's a 2, that 3 is off the left side. And back up, no. Got it again, no. And back outside. And here's a drive, put it up, no. Short, back, and count that in a foul. As that's Tyson Graber having a chance for an and one. 4:43. And the free throw is good, and it's 41-22. But I believe Pleasant View has pretty much put this game, unless Suburban can string some offense together, some points together. But I think Pleasant View has this in control right now. Pleasant View has this in control, as that one inside, no good, and a rebound to the Bulldogs. And definitely, if you're Pleasant View, they just want to waste time off and hope nothing happens. And now you have another player on the ground, and you can definitely tell he felt something from that. But he's okay. He's up. And with 4:21 to play here in the fourth quarter, it is a 19-point Pleasant View lead. So, I mean, it's not over, but it definitely, and that will be a foul on Chad, definitely a push foul. And back out of bounds, Pleasant View will get it. And the inbound thrown in. And here's 4 for the Bulldogs. 25. Bingo. That's a 3. As it is 44-22, a 22-point lead, and I think it is safe to say Pleasant View is on their way. And here is Tim Pointer. Tim Pointer finds Wade outside with it. Get back to Tim. Under 4 minutes here in the fourth. Here's Tim, and that one's thrown away. Here comes 2. He will lay it in, and that is 46-22. And Landon Wagler gets the basket, and now it is a 24-point advantage by the Bulldogs. And here's Wade, and that shot is an in and out. Right there, Jakin, and got the shot to go in, as it is 46-24. But I'm just being honest, a lot of stuff would have to go wrong for Pleasant View to lose this game, but I do not see that happening. As here is 4, and outside in the corner, there's 25 up top, 2, and there's 14. Pass it in the left side, left corner, 25 inside, and 2 passes it, gets it, and then finds 25, takes the deeper 3, and that one just off. And rebound Suburban down by 22, and that one taken away by the Bulldogs. And pass 4. Up top 2, coming up on 2.5 to play here in this game. That ball is just off of 14's hands, which is Benjamin Raber. So 2:32 to play, and it's a 22-point lead. And here is 1. And Tim Pointer, that's a 3. That one's short. And a foul. Suburban will get it out of bounds. 2:19 to play. A miracle needs to happen here if Suburban wants to win this championship. And here's Tim. Outside, Andrew. Short. Right there, Luke puts it in. 20-point game. Here's 4 in the paint. Puts it up, no. Out of bounds to Suburban. There's 1:58 left on the clock. I mean, a lot of stuff has to happen if Suburban wants to come back and win this game. There's just not enough time. Andrew finds 1. That's a 3. It's off. And a travel, so it would not have counted anyway. 1:48. Now it's just time to run out the clock if you're the Bulldogs. And that's not what you wanted. They threw it away, so they give it back to Suburban with 1:34. But like I'm saying, it's just a little, they're running out of time. Here's Tim inside, travel. And obviously those mistakes don't help you. But like I said, they are running out of time. Two. Inside. Basket counts and a foul. To add an exclamation point to this championship game for the Bulldogs. Landon Wagler. 1:04 left. It is good. It's 49-26. And here's Andrew, finds Noah. Out to Tim. There's Andrew to Tim. And gives it to Juan. Outside Luke Carter. And taken away. As the coach for the Pleasant View was able to get a timeout. There's 36.9 seconds. But I got to hand it to Pleasant View. They came out here and they played very strong. They played very strong. Of course, they played a good game against Good News as well. But they came out here and they played this championship game very strong. And that's the reason why they were the better team in this game. And we're just a little bit too much for Suburban to handle. Yes, I remember last season this same varsity team came in and came to play Suburban on a Friday night, and I remember them Pleasant View winning as well. So they definitely have a good team. They're very strong team, a very strong team, I should say, is what I'm trying to say really. But they did a good job here, as they are going to be the winners of this tournament here. As that one's thrown away. And Luke Carter scores, and that will do it. As the Pleasant View Bulldogs are your Varsity Crusader Invitational champions. Well, they are the winners of this Varsity Crusader Classic Invitational tournament. That's what I'm trying to say in a mouthful. But of course, you got to hand it to everybody. Good job for Suburban coming out here and playing the championship. Won the first game easily. Pleasant View beat Good News. Good News beat Trinity. And Pleasant View beat Suburban here. So now we have the presentation of the first and second place winners. And we will have that for you right now.
Well, from Suburban Christian School, we want to thank all our officials, our teams, and our fans for being here today. We do appreciate your support. And that is the end of the 2023 Crusader Invitational. And coming in second place, the Suburban Christian Crusaders. And in first place, the winner of our tournament today, the Pleasant View Christian Bulldogs.
As you know, it always feels good when you win. When you come to someone else's gym, you get to play a tournament and you win it. And I know that's a good feeling. But I mean, I've been around for. I mean, the last few years, Suburban. We've had these tournaments, and Suburban has not won one since I've been doing this yet. And so, but we still have the JV tournament, so we'll see what happens there. But I mean, last year we came close twice. We made it to the championship in both games, remember? And but I mean they both came down to the wire. But I mean, man, but but once again, Suburban cannot win it in the championship. But it has certainly been a pleasure to be with you for this 2023 Varsity Crusader Classic Invitational Tournament. As obviously, let me tell you this stuff. As usually, the tournament is a little bit more than this. There's usually a few more teams than that, and there are a few more games. But the reason why it was short, I call it a shortened tournament. Is because there's a church function going on here, so that's kind of why. This is a bit of a shortened tournament than ones in the past. As usually we would almost be to the championship maybe by this time if this was a regular tournament. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that information and that kind of stuff. So that's why it is a bit shortened than what you might expect. But the JV tournament in February, it will be a little more than a little more than this. But I just wanted to tell that information to you. As you can see, Pleasant View has the first place plaque for them. And, of course, Suburban got second place. So Pleasant View first place, Suburban second place, Good News third place, Trinity fourth place. And, of course, we are proud of you all. I'm proud of all the teams and proud of all the thank you for the fans coming out and supporting all their respective teams. And, of course, if you couldn't be here, that's okay. I'm glad you could join me for this tournament online. And it's always a privilege, as always. But I just want to let you know that is why it seemed like maybe a shortened tournament with only 4 games and stuff for this varsity tournament here today. So you can technically say the varsity guys got a bit. They got a shortcut. They got gypped a little bit, but hey, that's okay. But I'm just saying, this is probably, not. Be honest with you, this is probably the what I'm trying to say is I guess the less time taking tournament I've been a part of. What I'm saying is the shortest tournament I've been a part of is what I'm saying in all reality. But certainly glad I could be here with you for this on this Saturday. But I know I said back on Tuesday I was gonna maybe recap and go back over professional stuff or stuff that some stuff that I've lingered on catching up with you, and of course finishing out the volleyball and soccer season earlier this year. But I'm not going to do that today. But maybe on this next Friday. As let me remind you once again that coming up on this next Friday on December 8th is Good News is coming to town to play Suburban. JV boys at 6 o'clock and varsity boys at 7:15. That is coming up at this next Friday here at Suburban. And then I will leave you with that. So that's the next time I will be here with you, Lord willing. And so, with all that being said, I just want to say thank you for joining us for this Varsity Crusader Classic Invitational Tournament on this Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. So, you all have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy some college football, as obviously the end of the college football playoff is being decided this weekend. Who's going to punch their ticket, and so you have the championships for the conferences and that kind of stuff. But it should be interesting to watch how it play out, and then obviously NFL games tomorrow. Week number 13 continues. As you know, believe it or not, it seems like it's been a pretty the NFL season been moving pretty fast. Of course, most times you get to a point, and some things just move on very fast. But anyway, yeah. So as Week 13 continues tomorrow for the NFL on Monday, and so all of that. So I'm not gonna, obviously, like I said, I'm not gonna try and catch up anything that I said I was gonna catch up on or whatever. Anyway, but I'm just glad I could be here with you today for this tournament, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the week ahead, and then I will talk to you next Friday for a couple evening games for JV and varsity against Good News. All right, you all take care, and I will talk to you this next Friday. All right, Lord willing. All right, Matthew Fox saying goodbye and good night, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, the week ahead, and all that. Be safe. Go Crusaders. And I will talk to you on December 8th, all right? So long, farewell, and good night, everybody.